welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a fabulous day today. If you're new, hello and welcome. My name is Missy. I'm the Welders wife. Also, if you were new, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below. It would mean so much to me to have you as part of my YouTube family. We have a lot of fun over here in the comment section, so make sure you join in on that fun. Also, if you're an oldie but a goodie, I want to welcome you back to another video of mine. Thank you so much for returning. It means so much to me to have you here and for you to return to watch another one of my videos. So today is another What's for Dinner. If you're new, I do these every single Sunday at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. I just basically show you guys what we've had for dinner, show you some little quick recipes to go along with them in case you guys want to try them. I also have my shopping list down below for each recipe. So today we are going back to our roots and we are going to start back doing voiceovers. I had started doing talk throughs because you guys had mentioned that the music gets really loud and I just could not figure out for the life of me how to make the music not like blow your eardrum out. So I started doing talk throughs and you guys said that you missed the voiceover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing voiceovers. My first meal today is a talk through, but the rest will be voiceovers. I'm going to pick some more mellow tone music for you guys and I'm going to try to figure out this music voice issue. Now, mind you, when I edit my videos, they sound amazing. They sound smooth. The voice and the music transitions perfectly. When I upload it on YouTube, for whatever reason, the music gets extremely loud. So I'm not sure. So if it's like that again today, please bear with me while I figure it out. If you use iMovie and you know exactly the settings that I need to have on my music and my voiceover part, if you would please let me know, I would greatly appreciate it because I'm not trying to blow your guys' eardrums out with the music. It just sounds okay in iMovie and then I upload it and it sounds completely different. So I'm really sorry about that because it totally sucks. I know. I hate when I watch videos and the music blares, you know, or whatever. But also, like I said, we're going to pick some more mellow tone music. Hope you guys enjoy these voiceovers because we're going back to our roots. We're simplifying things and getting back to the basics. So let's hop into today's What's for Dinner. Welcome back to this week's What's for Dinner. Tonight we are going to be having chicken Alfredo. And you guys can make your own Alfredo sauce. It's so super easy. And you don't have to go to Olive Garden and spend like $15 on some chicken Alfredo. And in my opinion, this chicken tastes so much better. Just my opinion though. Love me some Olive Garden, but mine's better. So let's hop in and let me show you what we got here. So for your chicken, it's so easy. I just have some Tenderloins and the Zaterans Blackened seasoning is the thing that's gonna make it so good. So grab you some of that. I just find mine at Walmart. If you can't find it at Walmart, you can get it off Amazon. And then I just have some fettuccine noodles, which we have our water going, starting to boil right now for that. And then you guys, for your Alfredo sauce, so easy. 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, some cheese, and this is just gonna be personal preference for me. We like a lot of this Parmesan cheese. This is shredded Parmesan, Romano, and Asiago cheese, so it's a mix of them, which I think just makes it so good. So this is the one I pick up. I get it from Walmart. By the cheeses is where it's at. And then some minced garlic, and then a stick of butter. And you guys, that's literally it. So we're gonna get started on cooking the chicken first and getting that going before we start on the sauce. So let's do this. So I just seasoned the chicken with this blackened seasoning all over. Okay guys, so now we're gonna start on our sauce, and what you're gonna wanna do is turn your heat to medium heat and then melt your stick of butter. You want to melt your stick of butter before you add anything else. Okay guys, so now that your butter is melted, you're going to pour in your heavy whipping cream. And you're going to pour in your minced garlic, just about a tablespoon. Nothing crazy. And you're going to stir that all up. I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper, just a, I don't know, I would say about half of a tablespoon. of each. I'm going to whisk that together, and then you're going to want to let this come to a medium simmer. You don't want it to boil it. Don't boil it, because then you're going to like turn it into like cottage cheese. It's going to like curdle up, and you don't want that. So keep your heat on medium and let it come to like a simmer. And then that's when you'll add in your cheese in just a moment, which I will show you guys. So bring this to a simmer. Okay, so I wanted to show you how this is not like a boil. It's like a, you know, a simmer. It's not completely boiling. So I just wanted to show that to you guys. So now we're gonna add our cheese. I'm gonna turn the heat down just a little bit. We're gonna dump in a lot of cheese. I would say at least a cup. Like, look, it's almost this whole thing. That's how much cheese I used. The cheesier, the better, if you ask me. Okay, so you're gonna wanna keep simmering that until it thickens up just a little bit more, and then it'll be ready to eat. You want all your cheese to melt really nice in there. Okay guys, this is what our chicken Alfredo looks like. We're just having some breadsticks with it. You could also add broccoli to this if you like that. I sometimes do, but tonight I was just so hungry. I literally just wanted to hurry up and get dinner done because I'm starving. But that is what is for dinner tonight. Let's eat. Okay guys, so for the next recipe, we are going to be making homemade biscuits and homemade gravy because we're having breakfast for dinner. So for your biscuits, you're going to need 2 cups of self-rising flour, 6 tablespoons of cold unsalted butter, and 1 cup of buttermilk. This is so easy. So you're going to take half of your self-rising flour, put it into your mixing bowl, and then you're going to take your 6 tablespoons of butter and you're going to cut it. This is a pastry cutter, what I'm using right now. You can totally use a fork, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to cut it until it comes or turns into crumbles. And I will show you that in just a moment. So just use this. You can pick these up at Walmart, Amazon. They're super affordable and I think they make such a big difference, and it's just easier to use these than it is a fork. But if you don't have one, you can use a fork. This is what it looks like. When I talk about crumbles, it's really crumbly. That's what you want it to look like. And then you're going to take your buttermilk and you're going to pour it into your mixture, and then I use my hands just to mix it up. If you've been here for a while, you know that I love to just use my hands. It's just so much easier. So you just mix it around until it gets nice and sticky. And then my favorite part, of course, is making a huge mess and pouring flour all over your counter. So you're just going to take some self-rising flour, pour it onto your workspace, and then lay your dough there. What you're going to do here is you're going to knead your dough, and all you're doing is getting rid of all that stickiness. You don't want your dough to be sticky at all because then it's just sticky. It won't rise correctly. So make sure none of it is sticky. And it's just like folding it. You just fold the dough. If you've never done this before, it's just like folding it. Then you're going to take your rolling pin, obviously pour some flour on it, or place powder onto your rolling pin because you don't want it to stick to your dough. And then you're just going to flatten it out. You're going to flatten it out to however thick you want your biscuits. Obviously, they're going to rise. And then I take a small coffee cup and I cut mine out, put them on a greased pan, and once you've used all your dough like that, you just knead it again and then roll it out and do the same process over and over again until you've used all of your dough. You guys, homemade biscuits are seriously so easy, and they are so much better than store-bought biscuits. Not saying that I don't buy store-bought biscuits, because y'all know I do, but if you have a little bit of extra time or you want to be a little bit more fancy, totally try to make these. And then you're just going to place them in the oven at 450 degrees for 11 to 12 minutes until they're done. And I promise you guys, You are going to love homemade biscuits. If you have ever had homemade biscuits before, you know they're so much better, but that is a super simple way to make them. They're so easy and they're so delicious. So here I'm just showing you guys, Brooklyn and Toby are making some bacon and some sausage, just cooking up some more of that breakfast. Now we're on to homemade gravy. Toby has taken the bacon and sausage grease, poured it into my cast iron. I have some all-purpose flour, and I have my heat between medium and high. What you're going to want to do, this recipe is so tedious, you guys. You've got to stand over it the entire time. You pour a little bit of flour in until it soaks up all of your grease. So I just whisk mine, pour a little bit in, whisk it, pour a little bit in, whisk it, pour a little bit in, whisk it. Do not there's no certain measurements to gravy. There just isn't. If you are making your grandma's homemade biscuit gravy, there is no measurements. This is going to be trial and error. It has taken me a long time to learn how to do this, but it's so good. So you just take it you pour the flour and you whisk it until everything is soaked up, until that grease is soaked up. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take milk. You're going to pour in a little bit of milk. I turned down my heat, by the way, to medium. That's what you just saw me doing. And you're going to whisk it until all the clumps are gone. So first you're going to clump it with the flour, then you're going to pour the milk until you get rid of all the clumps. Continuously stir. Like I said, this is a very tedious thing to accomplish. You don't have to use a cast iron to do this. Of course, I love cooking in my cast iron. It just makes everything taste so good and like grandma style, you know? But you guys, this is so good. Your family will love you for this. You can also take some sausage. If you want to ground up some sausage and brown that, you could put that in your gravy and make sausage gravy. This is kind of like sausage and bacon gravy because we use the grease from sausage and bacon. I also made turkey gravy last year for Thanksgiving for the first time from the turkey drippings. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was so good. So good. If you guys can master this, then you have won the kitchen, because this is so hard to do, but then again, it's so easy. So that's why I didn't speed this up for you guys. I really wanted you to see the process of making homemade gravy, because it is, like I said 10 million times, very tedious, but you guys can do it. I have faith in you. So you're just going to mix it, like I said, until all the clumps are gone. Pour milk, a little bit of milk, pour a little bit more, whisk it, and then you'll know when it's done, and just add some salt and pepper. Wanted to show you guys the biscuits. Look how fluffy and warm they are. So good. So that's what we had. We just had some fried eggs, some biscuits and gravy, and some bacon and sausage. I just had bacon this night. On the next night, I am just heating up some turkey. If you watch my grocery hauls, you know that we always buy the mesquite Sara Lee turkey shaved from the deli at Walmart. I just put some in a pan, and then I'm going to heat it up. I don't have any oil or anything in there, but I'm just going to heat that up, and then once it gets hot, I'm going to separate it into two different sections. This one's for me and for Toby, and then I just place shredded cheese. I don't know why I don't use sliced cheese, but for some reason this shredded cheese tastes so much better. So I've got some mild cheddar, and I'm pretty sure that's mozzarella, but you can use whatever cheese you want. It really doesn't matter. It's a personal preference for sure. And then I just have a bagel that I've put some Duke's mayonnaise on that you guys have turned me on to. And then I just have that turkey and cheese there on an everything bagel. And then just some salsa for some chips and salsa on the side. Super easy and yet really delicious. Next, oh my gosh, you guys, if you're not following me on Instagram, you need to be. It's just the Welders Wife XO. We are going to be using my Instapot. I hate this thing. I can't figure it out for the life of me. It's so annoying. But Toby has been asking me to make beans for like 2 weeks, and I keep forgetting to put them in my crock pot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this darn Instapot. So what I have done is I have cut an onion in half. Do not cut the ends off of your onion. Don't do it, because then your onion will get everywhere. This is going to make sure the onion stays intact. Then all I'm going to do is put in some cumin and some chili powder, probably about a tablespoon, I would say, just how much ever you like. This is a pound of brown beans, and then you're just going to stir that up. I cooked mine on 50 minutes, cooked mine for 50 minutes. I also soak my beans overnight, or if I'm making them in the Instapot, I just soaked them that morning before and then they were fine. That, and you know, kind of go through them and pick the bad ones. So then I made some fried taters on the side, good old Southern meal here. And then I also made just some hamburger patties. Toby really likes to have those. I do too. They're so good as just a side dish for your beans. Once your timer goes off for 50 minutes, you're going to do a release. That's just where you click that little thing in the back and it just releases all that pressure. Do not open your Instapot without getting rid of all your pressure. And then that is what we had for dinner that night. Those were the best beans I have ever made. They were so good. Everybody loved them. So guys, that is it for today's What's for Dinner. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.